All right, welcome back to another episode of College Football Unabridged. Today we're going to talk about Arkansas. It's been kind of an up and down last few seasons. Last year was definitely down. Went 0-8 in the SEC. 2-10 overall. Pittman's out. They bring in Ryan Silverfield from Memphis. He's been a solid coach there. And Arkansas needs something. They've came close in a few years where it looks like things are going, and then it just goes backwards. So with Silverfield, he's been really good offensively at Memphis. So hopefully he brings some of that over. Um, it's going to be a quarterback battle between KJ Jackson and they're bringing AJ Hill from Memphis over. He was a top prospect when he came out of high school. So it should be a good competition between them. Seeing who comes out of that as starter. Whoever it is can hand the ball off to Braylon Russell. Big body, 6'1", 235. Um, he has a lot of potential. Um, they also bring in Memphis transfer Sutton Smith. Um, Caught 20 passes for them last year, and ran for almost 700 yards. So some good depth there. They need that. They bring in Chris Marshall, a big body, 6'3", 222. He's bounced around a lot. He was at Ole Miss. He was at Boise State. Kind of a lot of disciplinary issues with him. So, I mean, hopefully he gets his act together, but it's not a good thing to be. You hope you're not hanging your hat too much on a guy with potential to have disciplinary issues. So you bring back C.J. Brown, and you have Ismail Cisse, who's coming off of a year with an injury, so maybe he can get back healthy. Got Jaden Platt at tight end. Um, Defensively, they have a lot of pieces there to work with, and they have Ron Roberts, who is a really good DC. Kind of one of the brighter spots on Florida last couple of years there, and he inherits a great defensive end in Quincy Rhodes, and then they have David Oki also there, who he's coming over from. Originally was a Abilene Christian transfer. He's been there. He was there last year. Big body nose tackle, 350, 314. They have Bradley Shaw at linebacker. And the secondary is pretty much all new faces. However, Ron Roberts, who's again a great coach, he really likes Kamari House coming over from North Carolina. He's a nickelback. He thinks of him as he's looks like an NFL guy to him, which I would trust the word of Ron Roberts. I think he's a fantastic defensive coach. They bring in Jaheim Johnson over from Tulane, and Christian Harrison coming over from Cincinnati. So a lot of transfer pieces in secondary. Hopefully everybody's on the same page. I trust Ron Roberts to kind of get that side of things going. Um, you got to improve off 2-10 last year. Obviously, they started the year off North Alabama. Then they got an interesting game at Utah before coming back and playing Georgia. That's rough. Then they got Tulsa at A&M, Tennessee at Vandy, Missouri at Auburn, South Carolina at Texas, LSU. That is ridiculous. Poor Ryan Silverfield. Why would you do that to that man? He has done nothing to you. Um, you gotta go get the games. You can't trip up on North Alabama, Tulsa. You can't go play with your food on those type of games. And maybe you can get Vandy in a kind of a transition year, Auburn in transition, South Carolina. Um, it's gonna be tough. Um, the team overall looks pretty good. Silverfield's a good coach. They got a good DC and Ron Roberts again. Gosh, you're kind of hoping for, not hoping for, but maybe a 4 or 5 win season would be kind of towards the ceiling of things, is like a 5, 6 win season. I'm leaning more towards that 4 or 5 wins. Um, and maybe you just see enough from them that they're competing in these games. It's kind of more your gauge this year versus wins and losses. How is the team developing? Is Silverfield's his system getting in play where you can see them competing and playing up to the level against his schedule, because it's rough. Um, so we're kind of looking more towards 27, 28, 29 for Silverfield as far as going for the future. And as recruiting and the portal goes with him bringing in guys, but overall, this year is gonna be kind of a get through it. Try not to have too high of expectations, which is insane for me to say to SEC fans or college football fans in general. But Arkansas has been waiting. They're waiting, but they might have to wait a little bit longer this year, um, and kind of look more towards 27.